My name is TJ Felton.
And I'm Asia Anderson, and this is Student Voice.
Where the students have a voice. We ask questions about issues on campus, and they express their opinion.
So today's segment, we'll be talking about the CAF, residence halls, and parking.
Welcome back to Student Voice. My name is TJ. Here's some clips from the segments earlier today about the CAF and residential life issues.
Yeah, I don't like the CAF like that. They waste their time on the chairs and the tables instead of the food. When the food is not that good.
With the residence halls, I feel like they should definitely stay on top of the water because I'm taking cold showers. That's not okay.
When the food is not that good, and they wasting all of this money.
Fixing the doors, that's a problem.
And then we still don't even have better food. That makes no sense to me.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Asia Anderson, and you're tuning into Student Voice. Today's segment will be covering the CAF and also the residential halls and issues that occur in both. So as we all know, a lot of students complain about the food in the cafeteria and how we don't have the food that a lot of people want and how a lot of things may not be as healthy as they want. So there's a lot of issues that we're going to cover. And also we're going to cover the residence halls and how whether or not the amount that we're paying for the residence halls are going to equate to the quality as we have. So let's take a look at what the students have to say about both of these issues. Do you believe that our living conditions match with how much we're paying to stay on campus?
Yes, I do believe that. I also think that it's the residents that are staying in the hall. It's also their fault too because you live here, so you need to treat it like you would if you were at home. So you wouldn't just leave the hallways dirty and not tend to proper things. And so, like I'm saying, basically, I think that it depends on what residence hall it is. Because if you look at a freshman residence hall like Richmond or Eagleton, it may be dirtier or it may look different than Eagle Landing. It all has to do with the people that's living there and how they treat their community.
How do you feel about how the living conditions are?
In agreement to what Kanisha said, I do think that the living conditions are based on how the residents treat it. So if they were to treat it like their home, it would be like a home. In agreement to what Kanisha said, I do believe that the residents, the living conditions are what the residents make it. If you treat it like your home, it will feel valuable and up to par. But if you treat it messy, it's gonna just be a messy environment. But I would say that living off campus is less expensive than living on campus, and the living conditions are way better.
Yeah, it's what you want to live with.
Yeah, you get your own room, own bathroom for a cheaper price.
Yeah, and so you're an RA, right? So being an RA, how do you feel about the way that the students actually treat the living halls? Like, do you think that you guys implement rules well enough for them to know, like, this is not how you should treat the halls, or do you guys think that regardless of what you say, they're going to do what they want? Like, how do you feel about that? How the students treat the residence hall?
So the way that I feel like we're not your parents, so we shouldn't have to tell you, okay, wake up and clean this or take out the trash. And I think we do implement it to them. We have hall meetings once a month, and we have community builders once a month as well to let the students know that this is your community, so take care of it. But then again, they use the excuse we're in college, so I don't have to do the same things that I'm doing at home. So we can continue to tell kids to do the right thing, but if they don't want to do it, they're not going to do it. Like, they feel like they're free. Their mom doesn't have to tell them, make sure you clean up after yourself, make sure you wash your clothes. So they just want to get out and do whatever they want.
So how do you feel about the food in the CAF?
Well, on Wednesday, the chicken is good. On Friday, the fish is good. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, the food is okay. Wednesdays and Fridays are great.
So you know about the new seating in the CAF, right? How they rearranged how the CAF went and they had like little bars and whatnot. So how do you feel about us having the money to be able to arrange the CAF and rearrange the CAF, but not having more food or more food choices on the daily, without having to pay flex whenever they do like some type of special event? Like, how do you feel about that?
that they focus too hard on the looks, on how the calf looks, and they actually neglected the food, which is what we eat. I'm sure we would rather have better food than all the fancy things they done to the calf. Because when we come in there, we just come to eat. We don't care if the salad bar has 50 new shells, everything aligned perfectly. It's probably gonna get messed up anyways after a bunch of kids have been through it. But yeah, I didn't like that. Well, I'm not gonna say I didn't like it. I would have preferred them to focus on the bigger issue. And I think mainly, that change was made maybe due to homecoming, so alumni will feel like, like they would feel like, wow, this really looks nice, but once they taste the food, yeah, it looks nice, but
Welcome to The Voice. We're going to talk about the calf now. So, how do you feel in general overall about the quality of the food of the calf? How the calf is now.
I don't like the new food in the calf. The new look is nice, and I can tell that they're trying to better the calf. But when I go in the calf, it's like a whole bunch of nothing to me. Like there's a lot of options, but none of them are good.
Yeah, that's an issue that I kind of feel too. Because, why we have this new calf, the new look of the calf, and yet the food is still the same. You know what I mean? Like why, you're paying to better the overall look, but as far as the quality of the food, that's what we're going to the calf for. Do you think the food is healthy enough for students to eat, or people that are really trying to watch their health or anything? Do you think they have the proper options to be able to eat and maintain a healthy diet?
I think they have expanded the menus for healthier choices, and they actually had a fair going on in the calf that showed that showcased all of the new healthy station bars and things like that. But I don't think it looks appetizing. So it's like we're told that they're healthy options, but you don't even want to try them because they don't really look good.
Yeah, so it's almost pointless, right?
Yeah.
So, what's something that you think could be done to better the overall experience in going in and out of the cafeteria?
One thing that could better the calf is serving sizes. I don't know if they're going by a certain nutritional serving size, but sometimes it seems like you get a baby serving of food, especially for people who are getting takeout. You leave the calf with your tray white because they don't give you enough food. And maybe for people who sit in the calf, you can always go back to the line and get more food. But for people who get takeout, they leave and they don't have that. They can't go back and get seconds if they want seconds, but they don't have enough to fill them.
Yeah, that's another big issue. So you think that they should just be able to either go back and get seconds or overall just fill up the plate more?
I feel like they should fill their plates.
Some of the students have trouble with parking. For me, I think $450 is a lot of money not being able to park anywhere you want to. What do you think?
Yeah, I believe the exact same thing. That is a lot, especially for students that are computer students, as well as people that have visitors, or even just people that need to come to the school for whatever kind of reason. That's a lot to have to pay for parking somewhere, and then not having to get them for like momentary parking spots. That's actually really expensive. I also think as far as the CAF goes and as far as residence halls go, a lot can be done. A lot of the money that goes towards everything, I feel like all the places could have a better environment. Like the CAF should work toward the food instead of the remodeling. That's a little mediocre, I think. It's a little unnecessary. And as well as the residence hall should probably be taken care of a little more. I think more emphasis should be put on students to take care of everything. Because as you can see, the money that we're getting obviously isn't going to do any well. It's not going to do any good if students aren't taking care of what we already have.
So there you have it. That's this episode of Student Voice. Please
Thank
tune
you
in.
for tuning in.